city of Southwell has identified an opportunity to revitalize its historic downtown centre. Founded at the confluence of the Pine and Alderman rivers, the volume of goods passing through the river was the catalyst that led to the city's prosperous growth. The easy access to both rivers and the ocean created a thriving commercial scene along the docks. But with the construction of the motorway running along the north of the city and modal shift of freight from water to rail and trucks, the waterfront industry has been in slow decline for some time now. While the waterfront has fallen into disrepair, Southwell City has started to swell with people migrating from regional areas to the city in search of opportunity. These two factors have been the driving force behind the redevelopment plan. The city wants to realise the full potential of the waterfront real estate, which is currently an eyesore and a waste of valuable land. At the same time, the industrial sectors will be modernised with sustainable and long-term transport investments, namely a new cargo station adjacent to an existing passenger station. What's left of the historic industry will be moved across the river to the new area. A new motorway connection will be established to the east, with some preparations underway for the future motorway ring, continuing in Southwell's tradition of forward planning. With the new industrial area approved and construction commenced, attention moves onto the now freed up land, with rehabilitation, road upgrades and mass rezoning to take place. A pedestrian path is widened into a wide avenue, and high-density residential, commercial, mixed-use and some offices are introduced into the area. Some landscaping and transit finish off the development. The city is ready for this rapid expansion as it already has good service coverage, from the new university to the comprehensive public transport and a high standard of healthcare. The historic downtown district has existing quality transport connections, convenience and amenity. New citizens will have easy access to services due to being an established area and not a greenfield development. Furthermore, a new bus route travelling east to west will commence, connecting the existing passenger rail, new industrial area, the new redevelopment, and the passenger ship terminal. This kind of urban renewal is not without its drawbacks. There was cheap housing that many of the city's poorest inhabited in the downtown, close to many jobs that they worked. These people were evicted using eminent domain. The government did provide these people with houses, but they were run down and on the edge of the city that no one really wants to live in. And considering the pace of growth in Southwell, these may soon also be swallowed up by urban expansion. Urban renewal like this has happened in pretty much every city across Australia and many around the world, including Sydney. I currently live in Sydney and so want to talk to a few recent examples of urban renewal, Pyrmont and Barangaroo. Pyrmont is adjacent to the CBD and was an industrial powerhouse up until the 1990s, when it underwent urban renewal and transformed from an industrial quarter with a population of 900 to over 12,000 today. The industrial roots of Pyrmont can still be seen today. There's the goods line, which is a freight rail spur that serviced the docks and has now been transformed into a tram line. There are also some industrial buildings that still line the streets, such as this wool shed that has been converted into a co-working space. While Pyrmont is well established with its new identity, Barangaroo is still finishing its final stages of urban renewal. One of the last pieces of the puzzle to fall in place is the new metro station opening next year. Over a decade since the commencement of redevelopment in Barangaroo, the project has undeniably shaped the western part of the CBD, imprinting its legacy on the famous Sydney Harbour waterfront. But like most major public works in Australia, it has many issues behind the scenes, a gradual but sustained shift from public to commercial interests, with developers and a casino all playing major roles in the project. For more on this, I would recommend the series the Sydney Morning Herald did called The Verdict on Barangaroo. The link is in the description. Now back to Southwell and what the future holds for the city. Some other areas of the city have seen recent growth and redevelopment, spurred by the new downtown and industrial precincts. This is just my excuse for any changes you see that happened off camera. The city's focus will soon shift to the north of the city as the long-awaited freeway system will be expanded in the next stage of construction. Ironically, this expansion was approved and won support from citizens based on the claim "Connecting Southwell," when in reality the freeway expansion will throw up more barriers to movement. But that's for a future episode. And now for the cinematics.